I got blood on my hands right now, and I'm stumbling through the dark in the dawn. I have found new ways, but no, I can't be the one that you need.
Hi guys, it's Yaya and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be sharing with you how I made this DIY Moringa hair butter. It's super creamy, buttery, and is filled with so many nutrient-dense ingredients, including moringa powder. Moringa powder is new to me, but I'm so excited that I stumbled across it. I can't wait to create more creations with this beautiful powerful powder. The first creation is going to be the hair butter, but first I need to infuse some oils with the moringa powder in order to incorporate it into the hair butter. I'll be using some unique virgin organic pure beautiful oils from Oslove Organics. Oslove Organics is also the sponsor of this video today. Thank you so much, Oslove Organics, for sponsoring this video. You guys definitely go show them support, and be sure to check out the description box below because there's a major giveaway going on thanks to Oslove Organics. All right, let's jump right into the video. We're starting with the Moringa infused oil. Here's the formula on the screen. Pretty simple, but we got some very unique, beautiful ingredients that's gonna make this extra special. First up is the organic face and body oil featuring 12 virgin organic oils listed on the screen. You can't go wrong with this blend, you guys. Everything you need is right in this oil. I will be using this oil as my base, and then I will complement it with pumpkin seed oil, and also I will be using some cranberry seed oil. Both of these are very powerful, nutrient-dense oils filled with antioxidants that can help strengthen your hair. Both can help lubricate and seal in moisture. Pumpkin seed oil and cranberry seed oil can both be used in a wide range of skincare and hair care products. So if you're looking to be more creative with your DIYs, or if you just looking to add a little extra oomph to your hair creations, definitely look into cranberry seed oil and pumpkin seed oil. That's it for our oil blend. You can use whatever oil blend you prefer. Now it's time to add our moringa powder to our oil blend. 25% of this formula is the moringa powder. You can use more or less, I guess it's up to your preference, but in order to get the final results that I got, I used 25%, which was roughly around 57 grams of powder. Now go ahead and mix your oil and your powder together very well, making sure there are no lumps. And then I'm just going to close up my mason jar, and I'm going to place this into a water bath. So just about 1 inch or 2 of water in a pot or a pan, and I'm going to place it on the stove on low heat for just about 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, I took it out and I let it sit for additional 30 minutes to an hour just to simmer down and cool down before I started to strain my oil. And this is what it was looking like. It's super dark and looks very rich, and it looks like it's infused very well. So I'm just going to go ahead and strain this. You can use a cheesecloth, a napkin, whatever works for you. This is what I had on hand for me, and it's also easier for me to squeeze this. The residue that was left over, I believe, can be repurposed, but you definitely don't want this in your hair. So I'm going to make sure I strain it a couple of times just to make sure I get as much of the larger particles out of my oil as possible. After straining your oil, go ahead and place it into a safe container. I'm using an amber glass bottle, and I'm going to store this in a dry, cool area. I will be making more of this moringa oil. I just wanted to make a small sample just to see how I felt about it first, and then I'm going to make more, and then I'm going to store it in this larger container so I can make other creations and experiment with it a little bit more. So that's it. That's our DIY moringa infused oil. Now we're going to set this to the side, and we're going to focus on our butters used to make the hair butter. I'm using mango butter, shea butter, and cocoa butter. If you follow my channel, you're very familiar with these butters. They're very popular and widely used, okay? So the formula for the Moringa hair butter is on the screen now, and we're gonna jump right into this portion of the video. I'm starting off with unrefined shea butter. Unrefined shea butter is one of the most popular butters out there to be used. It's super soft, easily incorporated into other creations like lotions and creams, especially hair care products. It strengthens the the hair, it protects the hair, it gives it that beautiful shine. The only thing about shea butter is that it can have a very strong assertive smell. So Oslove Organics also carries the refined version if you prefer. Next up is one of my favorite butters, mango butter. It has a very mild smell and is very easy to use. Mango butter can be used as a substitute for shea butter as well because it has a milder smell and it has similar characteristics. Okay, it could definitely help with your hair if you're looking for softening properties, lubrication, if you're looking for a little bit more strength and elasticity. This is the perfect butter to use. It's also a little harder than shea butter, so it gives your whipped butters a little bit more body, okay? So next up is cocoa butter. Cocoa butter's aroma is unmatched. It smells just like chocolate. Beautiful smell, but we don't all want our hair products smelling like that. So there is also a refined version of cocoa butter at Oslove Organics if you want to give that a try. Okay, cocoa butter has healing properties, moisturizing properties, and it also is going to help reduce frizz. So it's the perfect butter to add to give your hair butters a little bit more body and of course that fluffy whipped texture. We all love it, okay? So once you have all the butters you would like to use, you do not have to use exactly what I use. You can use a different combination or you can use just one butter if you prefer, whichever works for you. But once you get all your butters together, put it in a heat safe container because we're going to be placing this in a water bath as well so that we can melt down our butters. This usually takes 10 to 15 minutes, give or take, depending on how small your batch is. If you have a larger batch, it probably take a little longer. The fastest way is probably to microwave, but just be careful of the heat. We don't want to lose the nutrients in our precious butters, okay? So once our butters have melted down, we're going to go ahead and place our DIY Moringa infused oil into our melted butters. To be clear, I did let my melted butters sit and cool for a little while before adding my Moringa infused oil. All right, pretty simple so far, right? All right, so now that we have our Moringa infused oil and our melted butter mixture all together, we're just going to mix it up pretty well before pouring the mixture into a larger bowl. It's important to pour it into a larger bowl. That way, after it freezes, it'll be easier for you to go ahead and whip up in that same container, okay? So once you have placed your butters into the larger container, go ahead and place it in the freezer for just about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how much you made. This is just enough for about an 8-ounce jar. So if you're making a larger batch, you definitely want to give your butters a little longer. So after about 20 minutes, this is the consistency that you're looking for. I usually use my spatula just to kind of poke it a little bit to see if it got that semi-solid type of consistency. If it does, I know it's ready to go ahead and whip up. You can use a hand mixer, a stand mixer, a whisk, whatever works best for you to go ahead and whip up your butter until it's fluffy. All I can say is if your container is still really cold, it's going to take much longer for it to whip. It might start off really smooth, but then it's going to get really hard because it's still in the freezing process. So a tip for you is to just leave it out for maybe 5 to 10 minutes and then whip it up. For me, it's best for me to go ahead and do it immediately because of my studio lights are so hot, it starts to melt immediately. So I have to go ahead and whip my butters up right away. So just keep whipping until you get a smooth, beautiful consistency. Remember to stop and scrape around the sides to make sure you're getting all of the butters inside and whipped up to the same consistency. Also, another thing that could help if you feel like maybe you didn't add enough liquid oils and that's why your butter is not whipping up enough, you could definitely add a little bit more oils. If your butter is too runny and it's not getting fluffy and thick, then you probably had too many liquid oils. You may want to melt some more solid butters and incorporate that into your mixture in order to get that beautiful, fluffy, thick, whipped butter, okay? All right, that's basically it. So we're gonna add some vitamin E just to give our hair butter a boost and give it some extra antioxidants to help it not go rancid. And we're going to also add some fragrance. You don't have to add this. I'm just adding a little essential oil because like I said, there are some very powerful, assertive smelling ingredients in here, including the moringa powder. So this is a very herbal, earthy smelling hair butter. So you definitely probably want a fragrance or something to kind of offset that. So yeah, or you could play around with some ratios just to get a different type of smell. But this is a very assertive smell, which I'm used to with using shea butter. So usually I use something like lemon, essential oils, or something along that area to kind of complement it and give it a beautiful smell without being too much or overpowering it. All right, that's it. Here is the final consistency. Look how beautiful and fluffy and buttery this mixture is. It is super soft and it's the perfect consistency for a hair butter because it makes it easier to add to your hair, and you only need just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. I did pipe this to make a beautiful presentation, you guys, but this butter is just absolutely too soft. It's just too delicate to hold that shape, okay? If you're looking for something a little stiffer, then you probably want to add more cocoa butter and less liquid oils to get something like that. But as far as a hair butter go, I think this is definitely a beautiful consistency. It's soft, it's fluffy, and it stays this way, you guys. It's just absolutely beautiful. In the next video, I'll be adding an extra ingredient plus some new butters to make a scalp balm because I really want to play around with the moringa a little bit more. So stay tuned for the next video as well, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and give this hair butter a test run. This is my son, Kehlani. Some of you guys may remember him in previous videos. His hair was a little shorter and thinner back then. His hair is now waist length. All I use in it is shea butter. His hair just loves hair butter. So let's check out the Moringa hair butter and see how that works for him. I'm really just looking to add a little shine. I washed his hair a day ago and I just put it in these plaits, but that's it. But yeah, instantly it gave his hair some shine. It helped to soften it. I was able to detangle it a lot better. I don't really use a comb in Kehlani's hair. Every now and then I do because he's a boy and he gets lint. But other than that, I usually just finger detangle his hair. Yeah, just low maintenance is what I prefer. So anything that makes it a little easier or make his chunky braids look a little neater is gold for me, okay? So yeah, this is super shiny and beautiful and I love it.
Como un color entre los grises. Yo nunca te fallé. Tú no eres cualquiera. Tú eres la mujer. Mi corazón anhela. Pasan por ahí todas esas poses que tú conoces. Gracias a mi mujer, ni tu amigo, pero en vivo solo contigo disfruto el show, bebé. Alright, cita, dime pa' dónde vas. Que yo te caigo donde sea. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete, de la forma que tú besas, mami.
Alright, so we definitely got some extra shine and elongation from this beautiful hair butter, and I had so much fun creating it using these wonderful butters and liquid oils from Oslove Organics. I can never go wrong. I can always be myself and be as creative as I want to be, and I just enjoy using their products, you guys, and I know you will too. And you actually have the chance to win all the butters plus some. So check the description box down below for all the information on how to enter to win the set of butters and also to know exactly which butters will be included in the package. You can also enter the giveaway on Instagram at Yaya DIY Creation. So make sure you're following me. Hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification bell because it's the only way you can keep up with the videos I'm coming out with. I hope you enjoyed this one. There are many more to come, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.